In the year 2026, on the Dead Sea, between Sodom and Gomorrah, the largest ever Pride event was held, a 4-day festival in defiance of God, paid for by Israel. Yes, that Israel. This is the story of Pride City. Believe it or not.
Did you know Israel is hosting a major new 4-day LGBTQ+ festival called Pride Land at the Dead Sea? Let me explain. Set for early June 2026 near the traditional biblical site of Sodom and Gomorrah, organizers are promoting it as the biggest LGBTQ+ festival ever in the Middle East, with hotels, beach venues, performances, and family areas turning the desert into a temporary Pride City. The event has drawn strong reactions. In Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, the story of Sodom and Gomorrah in Genesis 19 describes the city's destruction due to grave sins, with the prophet Lut in Islam, warning his people against immorality, including sexual misconduct. Similarly, the Quran in Surah Al-Araf 780-84 recounts Prophet Lut rebuking his people for approaching men with lust instead of women, calling it an unprecedented evil, after which divine punishment destroyed the cities.
Well, here we are hiking around what we believe is ancient Gomorrah, and we've talked about these sulfur balls that are unique to this area. I just found one. I was walking along here and I found it. It's kind of whitish, it's kind of green. Oh, I've been wanting to find one of these for a long time. I was just praying, God, could you help me find a sulfur ball? And he did. So once again, these sulfur balls, we'll test it. You light them and they'll just burn with fire. What's unique about this is that it's only in these areas, these 5 cities that are unique, that look like this, that you find these sulfur balls. And you light them and they just burn blue. So unbelievable. I'm so excited to find this. I'm going to look for some more.
Believe it or not.
High above the Dead Sea stands Mount Sodom, a long ridge made almost entirely of rock salt. Its shining surface, carved by wind and water, is full of cracks and eerie shapes. And among these cliffs stands a tall pillar shaped like a woman, facing the valley as if she's still looking at what once burned below. People have called it Lot's wife for thousands of years, and this story isn't new. An ancient Jewish historian named Flavius Josephus wrote about it nearly 2,000 years ago. He said he saw the pillar himself still standing, just like the Bible described. This means that for at least 2,000 years, people have believed this site is where Lot's wife looked back. Modern scientists are both amazed and puzzled by this strange formation. Mount Sodom is made nearly completely of halite, which is pure rock salt. This means the pillar wasn't made by human beings. It formed naturally over hundreds of years as wind, rain, and minerals shaped the salt. But here's what makes it mysterious. The pillar's shape looks too perfect. It stands apart from the mountain, and its outline even seems to show a head and shoulders, almost like a real person. It's hard to believe it's just a random shape.
Believe it or not.
So I'm standing now at the largest of these early bronze sites on the southeast side of the Dead Sea. This one locally is known as Babedra, and is the site that is associated with Sodom in the Bible. It was discovered as an early bronze site back in 1924. It was excavated in the 1960s and 1970s. And what archaeologists found here was this burn destruction that goes across this site. This city came to an end through a fire destruction. So here you can see this ashy burn destruction layer just underneath the surface. It's full of human bone fragments, burned pottery, and it's covering the entire site. So off in the distance here, you can see Babedra, identified as Sodom. And then right here to the southwest is this massive cemetery that you can see with all these pits that mark its boundaries. And these are formed because of the locals for decades have been coming and digging into these graves looking for antiquities to sell in the antiquity market. And so it's estimated from the archaeologists that dug here back in the 60s and the 70s that there are around 500,000 people buried in this cemetery. And it's just staggering. And what's really intriguing then is that they found a burn destruction across the cemetery that happened at the same time that the city was destroyed. So the city and the cemetery were destroyed in the same fire disaster. And there's no reason why an army would attack a bunch of graves and burn a cemetery. And so this was one of the major reasons that they interpreted the destruction here as being caused by a natural disaster.
Believe it or not. So I'm making this video on the 10th. I did my research on the 9th, and I kind of want to get the video out because nobody has the video of what the aftermath was of 4 days of sexuality in defiance of God on top of the dead bodies of people in Sodom and Gomorrah. Do you know that if you go there, there's skulls and bones everywhere? There's like, you know, like balls of sulfur. It's crazy. Like, that's the site of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Finally, after all this time, I found one. Ladies and gentlemen, a sulfur ball in the ruins of the city. This has been tested before, and these are almost, very highly pure sulfur. Look at that. Look at that. A perfect sulfur ball, just like the Bible says that fire and sulfur destroyed this place. Wow. I'm so glad I found one. Okay, with this piece of sulfur that I managed to find, I'm now going to burn it and see what happens. Here we go.
And they partied on top of people's dead bodies, basically probably having some kind of 4-day orgy. So I wanted to find videos about, well, what happened. Like, the festival's over. It's been a couple of days. No party reports. Nobody's videos or TikToks of partying there. They held the event. There's no record of it to be found now that it's over. There's no record of it during it happening. What the hell happened there? Nobody has that video. I did an internet search and I was like, well, what will I find? videos that are a month old announcing that this event's coming up. There's like Ben Shapiro, one of Ben Shapiro's lackeys videos about, he's pretending to be Catholic and everything, and he's talking about how disgusting it is, except that he works for Ben Shapiro and Israel paid for the whole thing. And no update from that guy. What the hell happened there? I can't find anything about it online. Nobody's videos, like, everybody records everything. If you go on YouTube, you'll find a lot of, like, here's Pride Parade, phone videos and stuff. No, there's no phone videos on what happened there. I mean, they partied, like on or between Sodom and Gomorrah. What happened afterwards? They report on everything. I looked up that specific event, which is called Pride City, and you can get the details of the event, but there's no like follow-up news story. There's no reporting what happened there, during the event. Like there's just nothing. It happened. Apparently, it went. Nothing. Like, who went there? Nobody wants to share their phone videos? Was it like that depraved? Because I was thinking, oh, maybe some stuff's gonna go down. Like maybe they're gonna make it look like Wrath of God stuff. They party there, and then there's gonna be some kind of catastrophe or something, and it'll be like, oh, well, guess what? This is more signs of the end times apocalypse stuff. So look at what happened. They partied on top of Sodom and Gomorrah, and they got burned. I don't know what happened. Nobody's making a video about it. This is the video about that. And I looked, there's not even like news videos or like news articles like, I was at this event and here's my article of 4 days of, in Sodom and Gomorrah, celebrating the deadliest of the 7 sins, which is predicated upon sexuality that is biblically in defiance of God. Like they had a pride parade like in Sodom and Gomorrah. You know what Sodom is, right? So it's not just a place, it's something you can do. That God, there's probably still laws in some of the states in America that are like, it's probably still on the books that you're not allowed to do that. I don't know if you know this, but sodomies used to be illegal. I don't know if they still are. But usually anytime a pride event happens, especially the largest one ever, and everybody's talking about Israel now and what they're doing all over the world, why isn't anyone, like even people that are like sort of anti-Shemitic or whatever, why aren't they reporting on like what happened there? Because we don't know. Like, I can't find any videos. I mean, it's been days. Like, I'm kind of late. Like I could have done a video on the 5th or the 6th or the 7th or the 8th and said, hey, there's no reporting on what happened there. There's not even any videos of the event. So what the hell happened there? I mean, this video is gonna come out, I want it to come out the 10th. What happened? I don't know. It's a mystery. Believe it or not.